out here. We're sounding good. Do a quick little mic check for me. All right, live from LA. This is Smart and Mild.
This is Smart and Mild, and we're doing another episode with a guest today. Today we have a very, very big guest, very physically large guest, actually.
A sex symbol.
Apparently a sex symbol from the Netflix's new show. We got Chase from Too Hot to Handle up in this motherfucker. Yo, let's go.
Oh my!
Hey, welcome to the party.
So we are out here. You are out here. You came with the whole guest of bodyguard crew. I was getting ready to fight some people because all of a sudden y'all came at me like I owe you money.
The crew is too tall.
That's what it's about, man. I show up. I'm a big body, and people look at me. I brought all my best friends with me. Also my security guard / videographer.
Yeah.
Malachi. He looks out for me, so that's my guy.
Yeah.
Is this a Viking? It's a Viking.
He actually is a Viking, believe it or not.
Yeah, real mother.
See, I'm a Norwegian guy, so I'm a Viking in the house, but out of Minnesota.
Yeah, no, it's problematic.
I can tell.
It's problematic though because like sometimes we'll be driving to a workout and he plays the most ridiculous music and I go, "What the hell are we listening to?" And he goes, "Bro, I fucking love this shit. It's in my blood." And I'm like, "Bro, nothing's in your blood. Whatever is in your blood, I need that in my blood too, because this music is not it."
Yeah, but he probably had to row himself over here one day, like generations back.
Word.
You got to get yourself pumped up to be able to do that stuff.
Yeah, dude. All they care about is their hair and their music. So
Yeah.
I don't think I'd survive as a Viking.
Yeah, homie's arms look like he just like finished rowing across the Atlantic. I mean, I swear. So I want to talk to you because the biggest things you came from is Too Hot to Handle, but your TikTok is blowing up like crazy from it.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy because I was a TikToker.
Mike, a little closer to you.
Sorry. It's crazy, man, because like I was a TikToker before I was anything else, and I was a certified best hands on TikTok, and basically I kind of took the same approach to TikTok as I took on Too Hot to Handle. It's like I did simple shit. And I told everybody I was the best at it. And it pissed off a lot of people, but it also built up a big fan base. I didn't really, I have a thick skin, so I didn't really give a shit what people had to say. I went on the internet and I told everybody that I play defense. And I catch better than NFL wide receivers.
That's wild. Does it feel like you get shot out of like a cannon when you're coming out of Too Hot to Handle? Or was it all like a growth process it felt natural? Yeah,
so that's a question that a lot of people want to know is like, how does reality TV, transition into stardom and, fame? And here's the thing about it is like there's a lot of people on the show that many Too Hot to Handle fans can't even name because it's so much the show gives you the opportunity. It's like basically it puts a trampoline in front of the pool. Like you have the opportunity to do a cool trick, go into the pool and score all these followers, or you could just bounce off of it and go in. And I kind of like took the approach of being notorious villain online and winding people up and confusing people. But it worked out for me because it made it's brand recognition. That's what it's about. So it wasn't an overnight thing. To answer your question, it was a quick thing, but I took the quick thing and I extended it.
I think it's kind of cool, though, where even, like, one of your boys from your cast is coming with you. He was just bouncing off to London. There's, like, a crew effect of this that you're still keeping intact, right?
Yeah, these are, like, the crew, the cast, these are my best friends. That boy that you're talking about, Marvin, is actually... He's a beast. He's actually the first ever winner of Too Hot to Handle.
Sheesh, so, that's wild.
Like I said, it goes back to like brand recognition and like he's my best friend. He actually just left me. That's why I wear him the sunglasses. I was all covered in tears, guys. My man went back to France today, and we've been together since the show came out.
So I watched the show. I have a fiance getting ready to get married and all that stuff.
Oh boy.
So during COVID, it was one of the shows that everyone took in, especially if you're in a relationship.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, you and your boy, it's funny to see like kind of some of the villains a little bit. And now you're like the Smash Bros still teaming up in LA.
Right.
So
yeah, that's what it is, man. It's like because me and Marvin's done TV before. A lot of people know he's got his 1738 baby mamas from the 4 TV shows that he did.
Sheesh.
But he between him and Harry Jowsey, they coached me up a lot on how to handle this reality TV. Going into the next level, and I kind of took the role as like the shit stirrer essentially, and so I kind of took jabs at all the behind the scenes stuff. I was kind of telling the audience what was going on, in our group chats and what everybody's game plans were, and kind of exposing a couple of people, not in a bad way, but like I was kind of more like the real relatable one. Whereas everybody else was just like, this is what they think they should do to gain followers. So.
Okay. One of the fun parts about the show, I think that all guys can relate to, is the fact that you just flew a little too close to the sun. You had one girl on deck, lovely little lady. Another spicy mama comes in the house, and you take your shot. I feel like when you have all these flames in the fire, all men have had that happen at some point.
Exactly.
Where your confidence just heats up.
Exactly. And like I said, like I'm a notorious competitor. I like to compete.
Okay.
And so like I looked at the show like this, like okay, like I went in there and I was like, I want the hottest girl. In my opinion, it was Carly at the time. And then it wasn't working out with Carly, and then something else came in, and like I completely forgot my name when she came in. I was like, holy shit, this girl might be the top 5 hottest girls I've ever seen in my life. I need to figure out what she looks like naked. So, obviously the day before she came in, I broke up with Carly, and I was like, I'm freshly single. Like I probably would have did it even if I was with her, but like I'm freshly single, so I might as well, shoot my shot with this smoking hot English babe. So
because as athletes, you always got to level up, right? Like regardless, even right now, so let's just say you're on the Green Bay Packers. The Bills are doing good. I want to get on the Bills. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like they're going to the Super Bowl, so fuck all this shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you want to play for the winning team.
No loyalty.
None. So
we don't talk Packers on here. This is a Vikings podcast.
No.
There's some loyalty, but here's the thing: is like you go on a show, you're only there for like X amount of time. I was in a relationship. I'm there to better myself. I'm there to learn about how to build genuine connections. And like, if I would have stayed with Carly, it wouldn't have been a genuine connection because we weren't connecting.
Right.
So like, I tried to move on and go find somebody that I could connect with better. Whether it worked out or not, like it was more of me putting myself first for the first time and not, somebody else. So.
Oh, I hear you. You see, Chase, like part of our show is Cam kind of asking for some advice, knowing that he's blowing up. You're certainly a bigger creator than we are, but we're kind of on a little fun up and up right now. And he knows when he's already having girls start to come up to him.
Oh God.
It's starting to get weird.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to get him to sign NDAs. It's like at that point.
Yeah, is it at the point where he gets a haircut and you can't even talk to him for the first hour because he's just in the mirror taking pictures of himself?
Well, I'm too busy getting my dick sucked. No, I'm kidding. But it's getting. We're doing our thing on our way. But like the hoes are very strange because like first of all, we very love tall, skinny women. It doesn't matter where they come from, and we're gonna get to that. We're gonna talk about hoes in just a second. But like,
females,
whatever.
Women.
Sorry, my bad. Women, and it's tough. It's tough to decipher. We just asked Rigo, the podcast we had earlier. How do we navigate through these waters? And he gave us very good advice. To make sure he's a gentleman. To make sure if you have the right one, make sure to hold it down and whatever other stuff like that. But what if you're a hoe like myself, right? And we get it, the family. And so what do we do in these waters, especially Los Angeles? You go on a Too Hot to Handle. What was it like from getting girls before the show and then like in the show and after? What was that like?
Oh man, so let me tell you. So like I got lucky. So like obviously I got to be a football player. So
right.
I had a different audience of hoes essentially.
Oh, so you already kind of already had them a little bit.
I had like a different audience, but like once the show came out, it kind of just went from I have like most of them to like the show's like, okay, now I've just unlocked the master key. Like it doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter when. When that show was hot, like I could have, I could have walked up to freaking Miley Cyrus and been like, "What's up?" And she'd probably been like, "Oh, you're that dude from that reality show." You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
It's the relevancy standpoint on top of like, like there's a lot of people that aren't very good looking that get famous off of it and then still get a lot of girls. So if you are too hot to handle, then you get some clout, and then you get some money, and then you get in the right area, you're around the right people, you make the right friends, and then you have the master key essentially. You're fucking whoever you want to fuck.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Did a lot of y'all move out to LA?
Yeah, so like right now out in LA, we got Kayla, Nathan, Carly, and myself. Marvin, like I said, he just left today, but he's been living out here for like the last 3 or 4 months also. So, and he'll be back obviously because now that I live here, he basically lives with me. So.
And then I see that like these Netflix games are happening now.
Yeah.
So kind of taking a play off of what we used to see with like Road Rules, Real World Challenges, right?
Exactly. So the Netflix reality games, obviously Too Hot to Handle, we're the best show. We also won those. Just to remind everybody, we are the Netflix reality games winners and the #1 show on Netflix. So that was the fan favorites of season 1 and 2 of Love Is Blind, of Too Hot to Handle, and The Circle. So whoever the fan favorites that got voted got to compete to win not only a trophy, but there was like a cash prize that we ended up giving away to charity. There was also it was like basically publicizing that people can now apply to be on Netflix reality TV. You just go to netflixreality.com, submit your video. It was like a whole campaign that they launched. And it was really fun. I got to meet, obviously Francesca from season 1. So already friends with Harry. So, just meeting the other superstar from that. Melinda and myself, being huge TV personalities, got to, compete for our season.
Sure.
And then that transitions into, sorry.
No, you're good.
You're good.
Did Harry kind of carve out the path out in LA for a lot of those new squad or what? Because I did feel he kind of came on the scene first a little bit.
Yeah, Harry's a good dude. Let me talk about Harry for a minute. Like Harry's one of those guys. He's got a big heart. He's a lot like me. Like he just likes to see people win, and he has he's not judgmental. He believes that like the wealth is big enough to share across the board. He's one of those people that believes that one person does good, everybody does good.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's hard to find people like that, and I'm very much like that. And so what Harry did is when season 2 was coming out, he invited all of us to come here. And, we were all here with him. We all, partied, vacation, did all that stuff with him. And he just showed us a really good time. Like,
cool.
I don't think we opened our wallets one time. We wanted to, but, he's just such a good person. He makes, his own wage. He makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
He took care of us that whole week. And, I actually missed my flight. So I had to stay, another week in L.A., because we were filming the Netflix reality game. So he just, he opened up his home. He let me live at his house. I'm lived at his house for the majority of the summer, the majority of the show. And,
that's wild.
He kind of took me under his wing, and he showed me all the ropes. He's like, you should do this, you should do this, you should post this, you should say this. And he kind of walked me down the path of what he did post show, and kind of helped me understand that it wasn't what you do on the show, it's what you do post show.
Yeah.
That separates you from the rest of the cast. And
sure.
To this day, my engagement's crazy, my insights are crazy. I'm growing every day. And I give it all credit back to him. And, without him, I don't know, how successful I would have been off the show. I think I would have still been fine. But he definitely took a lot of stress off of me.
Did you have that intention before the show to, use this as a platform to blow up to, for your stardom? Or did you have, no idea where this is going to, take you?
So basically, my plan was, I was a TikToker, like I said.
Yeah.
I was big on TikTok.
Right.
I hit 1 million before the show came out, and
Okay.
I thought, that was, cranking numbers. And, I had a unique content, so I got verified on TikTok. I was a football content creator.
Yeah.
I had a huge male and kid following base. And
right.
I thought I was going
to... At 1 million, you feel you're already popping now.
Yeah,
so that's real.
Sure,
Got it.
You feel like you're popping. People, you can go state to state, and people, recognize you from
Gotcha.
doing, these things on TikTok. And, here's my thing is, I thought, I was going to continue to grow on TikTok. I would eventually transition it into YouTube, and I was going to be a YouTuber. I was going to go, the Jake Paul path.
Yeah.
I got lucky because I also posted not only football content, but I did light skin cringy content too. That gave me an opportunity to not only get casted for Love Island, but for this show called Parties in Paradise, which turned out to be, as we know, too hot to handle. So
right.
I got very lucky, and knowing that I was sitting on a gold mine, I continued to grow on social media before the show came out, so that when the show did come out, it was just what I've already done. Now I've just basically put it on steroids.
Right. That's what's up, man. No, that's what's up. So, I mean, I want to talk about, we're going to come back to that, but I do want to talk about football for a second. You got the Aaron Donald jersey. That's, shout out Rams. We're doing pretty good. Not too shabby. I think our defense is really not too bad. I think we're getting better.
I'm actually a Seahawks fan, but I'm here for it.
Here we go.
Okay, so.
I hate the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Ruined multiple seasons for my
Do we
Vikings.
have to end this interview right? No, I'm kidding. No. So, first of all, do you play fantasy football?
Of course.
Okay, so who do you have as your quarterback right now? I'm just curious.
Lamar Jackson.
Perfect. Okay, so he's playing right now as we speak. He has a lot to come for. I got a homie that's just on the side story. I'm beating someone on fantasy football by 136 points. So Lamar Jackson has 36 points to make up for my fantasy football draft. Whatever. Anyway. So that's what's up, man.
Getting your ass whooped is what you're saying.
No, I'm
he's
whooping his
whooping
ass.
ass.
Yeah, I'm 196. He's 38 right now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's not even funny.
It's devastating.
Let's hope he doesn't go off tonight.
Yeah, he goes out for 100 and some odd points in fantasy. That would be amazing. So let's talk about that, man. How long have you been playing football? Because you played college football, correct?
Yeah, so it's actually a really funny story. I started playing when I was about 14, 15 years old.
Oh, late.
Late. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I tried to play quarterback.
Yeah.
I wanted to be that guy. And you know what's funny is I obviously got a scholarship to go play at a Division I school. Was there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Had a terrible ex-girlfriend that I ended up like leaving that school for to go to like a D2. But
Sheesh.
like, I don't mind the D2 because it was the best D2 in the country. You know, back-to-back champions.
Yeah.
All that nonsense. Got an opportunity in the NFL with the Seattle Seahawks.
That's what's
Shout
up.
out.
Shout out.
You know, and then got signed to the Canadian NFL, the CFL.
Okay.
Before getting drafted to the NFL Spring League this last year. And like here's the thing about it, you know, like I was one of the top ranked high school players, top ranked JUCO players, top ranked college players, and even going into the spring league, I was defensive MVP, won the championship, all that. And so here's the thing about the NFL. The NFL is tough to get into.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm still waiting to get in there. I don't want to go back to the CFL. There's more leagues coming within the next year.
Yep.
So like, yes, I haven't been playing football very long, but I feel like I'm experienced enough in the game of football to where I can still compete at a high level. I'm still very successful on the field, and I obviously would much rather be doing that than reality TV. But like, whatever comes first.
So is most of your mental energy focused on getting into the league right now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like obviously right now I'm enjoying TV and social media and doing all that stuff. I just moved into my new apartment. I actually just bought a Tesla yesterday.
I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah,
that's wild.
It's a blessing. And obviously I'm a football player first. I've been saying it even before I got casted out the hand. If it comes down to it, whether I can go shoot the show or pick football, I was gonna pick football. And football's not guaranteed, mind you. I could have got cut first day and then missed out on the show.
Yeah.
But I just I believe in myself and I bet on myself and. I just feel like, my whole life has been based around football. Every life lesson I've learned has been based around football. The biggest lesson I ever learned in life was, my second year in college. We were playing for a national championship, and we were up 28-7 at halftime. And we ended up losing in triple overtime. And, it hit me hard because, like, I missed Thanksgiving. I didn't get to go home for Christmas break. I was doing all these things to win a ring.
Right.
That means essentially nothing other than outside of the room of men that I was in.
Right.
Sure.
But like it taught me a lesson. It's like whether you're up or you're down in life, you just got to keep playing the game.
Right? Yeah, it's real.
Word.
And I take that with me. Everything I do, competing, like never giving up on a team. I'm a team player. I'm very loyal to all my friends. Like once I let you in my circle, like the odds of getting rid of me are slim and none essentially.
Right.
And that's what I was saying. So like football, 100% locked in. Can't wait to play again.
I'm a big football guy too. I played D3. They didn't let me play very much. But what's the most important thing about that team structure and then just that rigid type of structure is what you're able to do within 6 months of a year. Yeah. You can surpass a lot of physical and mental goals that you probably wouldn't be able to do a lot of time alone.
Word.
And that teaming up is just this beautiful energy that just expands a lot of your future.
Yeah, so like I said, football has really given me a lot of platforms. I've been a captain for the last 3 football teams I've been on for my last 3 years of playing, and it's taught me a lot of leadership skills. My friend group, I very much take pride in making sure everybody has a great time anytime they're with me. I dictate schedules, I dictate what we're gonna do on a day-to-day basis, and I'm very about bringing my my teammates, my friends, my family. I bring them up to my level. So I don't ever situations where I'll be invited to a VIP event. And I'll tell the VIP host there's no shot that I'm going unless I can't bring my buddies.
Word, word.
It's part of being a team. It's called being a team player. It's called being a leader. And there's something I'm still working very hard on. A lot of my close friends know that I drew up a vision board at the beginning of this year. And on that vision board, I had a set amount of followers on each social media. And then I had another side called life goals. And on my life goals side, I talked about one day hopefully getting a girlfriend this year, hopefully becoming a better leader and friend to those around me, finishing out I'm still in college, a lot of people don't know that, I'm still a lot of things.
No way. Okay.
Yeah,
you're doing a lot. I mean college, show, football, and NFL, by the way, football, and trying to create your own life for yourself, and still you seem based on what you're telling me, you're still trying to figure it out where this thing may take you.
Exactly. I don't have anything figured out. People look at me and they're like, oh, Chase has it all figured out. No, I don't. Any of my close friends will tell you straight up, when I wake up in the morning, they'll be like, what are you doing today? I'll tell them, I have no clue. One of my most famous catchphrases I tell all my buddies is there's no why, there's no how, there just is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but it's just just living in the moment. And I feel a lot of people, especially now in the social media era, don't understand how to live in the moment. They're always looking and comparing themselves to somebody else.
It's odd. One of my favorite comedians and one of the biggest comedians in the world right now is Theo Von.
Yeah.
And he started on Road Rules. He was this kind of odd kind of outcasted guy on one of the early road rules, and he's truly one of like the biggest comedians in the world right now when it comes to touring.
Yeah.
And so it's so interesting when you put all these people in the same spot where trajectory goes through time and just sacrifice. Yeah. It just allows you to create that platform into whatever you want.
Exactly, and that's another thing. Like I'll tell, I'm a firm believer that I grew up listening to people talk about if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I was one of those kids that was like, that's not true, because it's like it's like you only did it because you got this opportunity, you got lucky here, you did it here, you did it here. Yeah. And like I was one of those kids that never believed that somebody else said I did it so you can do it, until I really applied myself, and I was like, I was at a dinner one day and I heard a girl say she wanted to be a social media influencer, and I was like, it blew my mind. And I know it's like a little thing, but the reason it blew my mind is because like you ask somebody what they want to do for a job, and they'll be like, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a president. This girl was like, I want to be a social media influencer, and I was like, that's not. And I was like, wait, I guess it is possible. Yeah. And I was like, maybe that's what I want to do. And then I started TikTok, got me on a TV show, and like a year ago, like a week ago, like I was looking at my Snapchat story, how they do like the memories every year. And it was like a year ago, I was like sleeping on a floor, working at Starbucks at 3:00 in the morning, I was homeless, had no money, I was working a $12 an hour job. And then, fast forward that whole process a year, I'm one of the fastest grossing males on OnlyFans. I'm, successful on all my social media platforms, multiple, reality television shows that I've done now. It's just, it's crazy how, life changes like overnight, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, and the only thing you can control is, from that year into now is the work you put in. Not necessarily the followers you gain from it, but what you put out, what you plan, what you execute, and what you show. You know what I mean? And it's only you seem like a hard worker based on what I've seen, and what you're doing. I mean, is really awesome, and especially from that transition from maybe 1 year ago. I mean, that's pretty cool, man.
And like, here's the thing: if I ever had to walk somebody down my path, like this is like, cause like I tell you guys, when I say this, and I want everybody like listening to like firmly believe this, when I say I started at zero, like zero, like I mean it, because like this is what I did to blow up. Like I told myself, I'm gonna post a minimum of 8 videos on TikTok a day.
Word.
8. And like
That's working.
It's working. It's working. And you guys think like TikTok takes like 15 seconds to do. No. I was like, I'm only gonna post 8 videos that are like quality. Like I'm talking like I was on my laptop, in Photoshop, in Microsoft, all that stuff, editing it, cropping it, making it funny, premium content. And I was posting that every day, and it was only getting like 200-300 views at a time. Like I was breaking into high school football stadiums to catch a football, like using my gymnastics background, doing acrobatic catches for like maybe 50,000 views. Like I was putting everything on the line, because I believe that there was something there that was possible.
Yeah, and I mean that it clearly has worked, and especially going into the football world. I mean, TikTok actually doesn't have that much football content, other than you and yourself and a few other creators. Football is literally the biggest sport in the United States, and males are obviously on TikTok too, so that's something that can definitely attract them.
Exactly, and I feel like that's what I tell a lot of people, is find a niche that nobody else has taken. Like obviously, like women, they have like a big social media presence. A lot of girls are on social media. They watch TikToks, they watch podcasts, they watch YouTube. Okay, like there's still a male audience that does that, and it's like you're not gonna capture a male audience as I'm not gonna put on a Speedo and do like a 360 turn and show my butt cheeks and get 1 million views. Like, it might now, but like
Smart Mouth might watch. I don't know.
Our gay followers will love that 100%. They would really be happy to see that. I'm just saying.
Maybe. But like
West Hollywood demographics would be popping.
Naked boxing. Who even knows where this can go?
Yeah, holy shit.
I'm training for a fight right now too, so like you let me know.
Do you have your competitor lined up for the fight?
So like here's the thing about the fight too. A lot of people know. I haven't said this. This is the first time I'm gonna say this, but
exclusive.
Exclusive. This is exclusive content right here. I was given the contract to go fight on pay-per-view in Wimbledon Stadium in London.
Oh,
the fighter that they chose for me declined my fight.
Bitch.
I can't tell you guys who it is. So they're in the works of finding me a new fighter, but all I know is there is going to be a fight in November on pay-per-view. I'm going to be fighting somebody. They just don't know who I'm fighting yet.
In Wimbledon.
In Wimbledon Stadium.
Let's go.
Let's give a hand clap for that one. I mean,
so that's on the vision board. We're knocking someone out in Wimbledon.
Oh yeah, I was like, so I grew up in the hood. So I grew up fighting. Anybody? I don't know if you guys grew up in like lower economic areas, but I grew up in a very poverty-stricken area. Like our fun is like we used to, take people's bikes out of their yards, spray paint them up, change them up, do like all these like just typical like dickhead kid shit. And I grew up, fighting, and now that I've been training for boxing, I've learned how to fight, professionally. Guys, I just want everybody on the podcast to know that I finished my lemonade, and I was like, "Can I get a water?" And this is just a straight tequila.
It's 1800.
This is 1800.
That is water.
When I say I'm from the hood, I didn't mean I wanted 1800. Jackass.
This guy's trying to train for like 3 different professional sports. He's a sex symbol on OnlyFans. We're giving him tequila.
I'm trying to get shredded on OnlyFans. I'm trying to knock somebody the fuck out. I'm trying to go knock somebody the fuck out on a football field. And they're giving me straight 1800.
I told him, can you mix it with some ice and some juice? And he just like gave you that. I'm sorry. We're gonna give you something else. Hold on. We might have to pause this for just 1 second. I'll make you my drink myself because clearly.
We're chilling. We're chilling.
We're
We have time here.
Okay. Oh yeah. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Jesus Christ.
What, you want lemonade in this?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, just mix it with some fruit juice or something. My bad. All right, baby boys.
Perfect. We back.
We back up in this bitch. So
So where were we at?
So I
This still has no lemonade in it. It's all right. If I'm shirtless by the end of this, guys, you guys know what happened.
Yeah, we know what happened. So I do want to talk about. It's time to talk about. Because like the transition from football, right? Like it seemed like you've done many sports besides football because you started at 14. What did you like? Were you initially athletic like all throughout growing up, or like?
Yeah,
what were you doing?
So like I wasn't. So here's the thing. So my dad, he was really athletic. My dad played in the NBA G League.
Okay.
He was trying to get up there to the Pelicans. Very athletic, man. He put a lot of pressure on me when I was younger to be an athlete. And I just wasn't it, man. All I wanted to do was play World of Warcraft and sit on my computer, eat potato chips, and drink Mountain Dew. And he let me do that, but he was also like always like, oh, go just try sports. Like it's in your blood. Like my grandpa, he was like an Olympian karate black belt in like 3 different countries. Like ridiculous. Like my other brother, he was an Olympian, speed skater. Like I grew up in a family full of athletes, and it just wasn't for me.
So it was truly your choice to not start till 15.
Yeah, it was my choice 100%. And like everybody, they never like pushed it on me, but they were always like, you have the ability, you just don't know it yet.
Were you a chubby child?
Oh man, I can pull. You want to see a picture?
Yeah,
let's see chubby child photos.
So like when I was 15, like I looked. You guys would not believe it. I'm gonna pull this up.
You might have to send this to me.
We'll insert it somewhere.
Yeah, we'll put it up there. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to see you as a fat kid, man. That'd be awesome.
No, I'm pulling it up. So like I said, now that we're back and we're connected to the Wi-Fi, I was explaining to these guys about how like don't give up on yourself when you're 15 years old because I'm currently scrolling through the archives on my Instagram to these images that I had to delete because it was not who I wanted to be at the time. But this right here, guys, is Too Hot to Handle Chase.
Woo!
Oh my God!
That's a big boy.
Look at you, young boy.
That's a big boy.
But that's Too Hot to Handle Chase at 15 years old.
Wow!
Glasses,
so this is before football.
This was like the summer. So this was probably like July. We went to football in August. This was like the moment of my life where I was like, you know what? I might be a football player. We'll see.
You know what's funny is so you can see on here that it's a big bag and you're actually doing yard work because of the gloves. I thought it was a big greasy bag of like fries.
This guy's a dick.
Taking it to Five Guys.
I went to Five Guys and got the bag of fries. But it was this moment that I realized that manual labor was never gonna be for me. I was actually in this photo. I was building a playground for a Make-A-Wish kid.
Oh, sweet guy.
So I was doing genuine work, but like I hated every moment of it, and I was like, why am I not having fun trying to be a good person? Yeah. And ironically enough, after this, I was telling my grandma, I was like, so since I was like a good person, can you buy me some gold on World of Warcraft?
Yeah. It's like, Mama,
it was only like $10, and I spent like 10 hours working, so essentially I was getting like $1 an hour. But,
yeah.
But the point is like this guy turned into Too Hot to Handle Chase, and this is the guy that everybody wrote off in high school. And so it's like when I say I started at 0, I genuinely mean that.
Well, I mean, I do want to say this because I'm sure now we have some kids listening. So first of all, we're very sorry, and second, but in all seriousness, like I look back in like high school, especially like middle school, and I like how judgmental we were to each other, and how like, oh, this girl's hot, this girl's not, this person this. But I realize that is you need to write all of that shit off. People that are in high school right now, listen, you can be ugly as fuck, like Chase in 15, and then look like Chase right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, so my point is like you can get hotter as time goes on and look like Chase and start fucking every woman you want, no matter what you look like.
The correction is you get cuter, guys. Like, I'm the cutest guy I know.
Yeah, the cutest.
But America's been in need for a new Jared.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Minus the kids, but the Jared in general losing weight and looking better, and then showing on Subway commercials instead of being written off and stuck inside his apartment in somewhere in Wisconsin.
They're trying to do me like the Sprint guy and send me to Verizon.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
He said we're done with your contract. Go to Verizon.
It'd be cool if you could be like a Chipotle guy, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I
like
work
switch
for
it out.
Chipotle. I got actually, me and my buddies, we go to Chipotle almost every day. So
See,
like,
there you go.
Chipotle
Chipotle
swipe
Jared,
up.
Chipotle Chase.
Sponsorships. No, that's what's up, man. I actually never asked you. You know, where are you from? Like, where like city, state?
Yeah. So a lot of people ask me. They ask me what's the deal with my last name. My last name is DeMoor. It's very French. So my dad's from Paris.
Okay.
Straight out of France. Like,
Dope.
which is why me and Marvin became friends initially. But so my mom's she's half English and half American. So like one side of my family lives in Manchester in the United Kingdom. The other half of my family lives over here in the United States, but they live in the East Coast and in the South. So I actually grew up in Seattle, Washington. So I was up in the north. So like I was kind of just bouncing all. I would go to the south. I'd go over to the UK. I was going down to France. All over the place. So like I kind of don't really specify where I'm from, but if I had to pick a specific city, like Seattle, Washington, 100%.
Seattle, Washington. That's fair. That's a fair place to come from.
It's the best city in the world, Emerald City.
That's nice.
The Seahawks.
nice little place. You know what I'm saying? Very green. You know what I mean?
Lots of rain and fog.
Hey, listen. We got great snowboarding, great snow bunnies, and great tequila.
That's what people in LA do not realize. Me being from Minnesota, weather is actually dope.
Yeah.
And people in LA hate it. It's nice once you can get away from it for a little while.
Yeah, like so the thing about Seattle is like you don't really get away from the weather. So it's like LA, it's sunny all the time here. There's got to be an opposite somewhere.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
Seattle is just rainy all the time. But here's the thing: doesn't matter how many rainy days I have in LA or in life. I know, like, you know, the sun's gonna come out eventually. And, you know, that's something that, you know, Seattle, you learn.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say the snow buddies will come out eventually.
They'll come too. They'll come too. If you're a snow bunny, swipe up. But because
eventually they always come up, no matter if there's an apocalypse. They'll be like something. They'll be popping up at the hole. So that's awesome, man. That's freaking awesome. Yo, you know, I'm kind of peeping your football career, man. Like, if you had an option, if you had a really good choice. I mean, you kind of mentioned it, but I just want to know. NFL life or the sex symbol life? I just want to know. Or maybe, I mean, technically, maybe it can be a little bit of both. Maybe a little bit of Antonio Brown. Who knows?
Oh, shit.
Minus the beating of the wife.
Yeah. Mine's all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You could have Antonio Brown him?
I'm sorry. But, you know, my point is, like, the abs and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give him like a Russell Wilson, you know?
Sure.
Patrick Mahomes, come on.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes, sex symbol. I mean, fuck. I don't know
Peyton
about
Manning, now that's a sex symbol.
Okay, minimum Russell Westbrook. Minimum. I mean,
Okay.
Russell Wilson. Sorry, not Russell Westbrook. He fucking lost.
He forgot his sport now.
He fucking no. Russell Westbrook fucking lost us the Lakers game. By the way, we didn't want you anyway, but whatever. Russell Wilson, you sex symbol, dating Sierra. Even though I thought we were Christian, but whatever. Go ahead. What would you want? What would you want yourself to be like if you had an option in a perfect world?
See, it's tough because it's like I was having this conversation the other day. It's like the athlete life and the social media influencer life is totally different. Like
Big time.
So if I told you as an athlete, I was waking up 3:00 in the morning. I was at work. I was at 5. I was at breakfast at 7.
Right.
Stretching, back to workouts. Stretching, back to workouts, going to bed, repeating that. Mm-hmm. As an influencer. Oh, it's just like you sleep all day long and you just go party all night long. Like it's like you're opposites, And it just depends on. For me right now, I'm in the influencer reality television celebrity status right now. So it's like right now I'm having a lot of fun doing this, but the athlete side of me is still craving that competitive edge. Like I love being under pressure week by week, knowing like, okay, like if I'm not in my playbook studying this, like we're gonna get our ass whooped this Saturday or this Sunday. You know what I mean? So, you know, if I got to pick right now, I'd rather be, you know, in the NFL and say, you know, fuck all the other bullshit. But like, you know, I'm not upset about the reality TV. It's fun. You know,
that's dope.
Yeah. You know, that's interesting. You kind of say that because it sounds like you know, like it's almost like influencer freedom versus like the hardcore discipline. You know, the football discipline and football sport competitiveness that you're used to, essentially, that you know, grew up being in. And you know that, you know, I would say like the football sports, you know, competing for something, discipline is really important because you're always looking forward to like basically being the better version of yourself every single week. And going after that point is finding a specific game plan and like adapting constantly, you know. And then with social media, it's fun and everything, and it's free and everything, but you know, it's not as much of a challenge as like the week by week, you know, going at someone is in a very competitive nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you don't have to post nudes on OnlyFans every single day.
Yeah,
you know, it's funny about the OnlyFans thing. It's like now I take OnlyFans as the challenge. Now I'm like, you know,
that's a challenge.
We got all these girls on OnlyFans, and I was making a joke with my buddy earlier, and I was like, you can always tell a girl, but what percentage of OnlyFans they are in by what car they drive. And I was telling my friend, they're either driving, you know, a Hyundai if they're in the lower percent,
or a Rolls Royce,
or they're driving the C-Class Mercedes Benz if they're in the top, you know, 10%.
Well, so you're in that Tesla OnlyFans category.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
I don't know what that's about.
Oh shit! And did you get the plaid, son? Did you get the plaid?
Okay. I got the plaid. I bought a $110,000 car, guys. Relax.
He's in the 1%. So you know,
I'm in the point like, you know, 7.4%.
Oh, right. So let's talk about that because I'm not subscribed to your OnlyFans just yet because I haven't put my $5 down. How much? $5, 12?
I don't know. How much dick do you want to see?
Is it a monthly basis or what? Is it weekly? Is this a subscription model?
And we would want to know how much content do we get?
Do I get specific emails sent to me like on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Because that's what I want to know. Unless it's personal, then
depends. Do you like you know, like curved dicks or not? Like it's just what
I love curved dicks. Listen, I identify with curved
comfortable
dicks.
with just a nip slip. That doesn't enough for us.
I identify with curved dicks. My dick curves to the left. If your curved dick's to the right, I like opposites attract.
Yeah, exactly. My dick kind of like it comes down and it curves to the left. It makes it really easy.
It makes a right
piss.
turn.
You ever like, try to piss with a boner? Like it makes it really
hard. You know what I mean? You're aiming straight.
You stand straight up and you just.
Yeah. My dick looks like you know those those circle turns, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it like, but you know how you like in circle turns, but your navigation system trying to tell you, but, like you have to go around the circle and then go straight again. Yes. That's what my dick looks like. It goes around and then back again. Like
that's hilarious.
My man's roping the cattle with his dick.
Yeah.
Wait, are people collabing on OnlyFans? Like
I collab with Nathan on OnlyFans.
What?
Yeah, I actually shoved my banana up his ass.
That's fun. That's fun.
Oh, so you got a different type of audience. There you go.
Lube or no lube?
Yeah, so it was whipped cream.
Oh.
And I actually, you know, what's funny is like it's the first time I've ever looked behind a male. And it's very similar to a female. So I was like, oh, I've been in this situation
because it's ass. It's
so
ass.
So I like grabbed his little butt cheeks.
Yeah.
His little butt cheeks. And I took my thumb and I like kind of moved it.
Yeah.
And it threw me off because I saw like all the little hairs.
Yeah, dude. When the light hits it wrong, I'm sure it's chaos.
So I had this banana, and I stuck it in his butt.
Right.
And I tried to stick it sharp side up first, and he made me flip it.
Oh, that's
okay. When I say banana, so Not Another Teen Movie, they did this scene where he put whipped cream, and he's like, you know, I'm not a sundae, I'm a banana split.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what the scene we recreated. So when I say my banana, it was my banana, but not this banana.
Yeah.
This is more of a mamba.
But you're still inserting things in other men.
Yeah.
Right. So like I stuck it in there, and I was like, okay, now you need to walk. It wouldn't he didn't let me stick it in his asshole, but like I was trying to like just hold it in there long enough so he closed it between his legs, and he turned around and it was like a little tail that he walked with. It's on our OnlyFans. So if you guys want to see the collab, you know, I was feeding him grapes with my mouth and all that bullshit. So swipe up, go check out my OnlyFans, all that bullshit.
See, this is OnlyFans exclusive content.
So it gets
only.
pretty sus on your OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on what you call sus. I've made $200K in 2 months on OnlyFans. So
that's sick.
Yo, yeah. I mean, I think first of all, I think we need to start an OnlyFans ourselves. Number one,
Smart Mouse and OnlyFans immediately.
Yeah.
If you guys want to collab on OnlyFans, I need 2 people to hold me. So it's all right.
Yeah. Hey, if I get a piece of that $200,000, you can have whatever in my asshole. I don't care.
Oh shit.
I mean, just kidding. But maybe not. But you know, my point is OnlyFans seems very lit. I mean, so how many subscribers do you have on OnlyFans? I'm just curious.
I think so. I started like 2 months ago. I'm coming up on like almost 20,000. So
That's chaos.
And then you make that much money from OnlyFans? Damn,
you take like 20,000, $15 a month. Like
Sheesh.
OnlyFans takes 20% of that.
How does OnlyFans do the work for you to make sure that your OnlyFans content doesn't get all over the internet?
Like, does it protect you from like
Yeah. So I have a takedown team.
Oh, you do?
Anything that gets posted.
But you personally have a takedown team, not TikTok.
Yeah, I have a whole team of people that work for me. I have an assistant, I have a manager, I have all that stuff. So like, I have a takedown team. If I ever don't like something, I can get it taken off the internet pretty quick.
I have a question about that, but go ahead.
And then OnlyFans makes it so you can't screenshot stuff. It blocks the screen out if you.
Okay.
Also, there's watermarks on everything. If you do successfully get a screenshot, there's watermarks on everything. And so if it comes from my OnlyFans, there's like a lot of legal action that can be taken. You can be sued up for almost $1 million if you post somebody else's OnlyFans stuff.
Gotcha.
So that's interesting you say that because so there's leaked OnlyFans websites, right? That's specifically dedicated for OnlyFans leaking.
Yeah.
So and then we'll repost all these pictures and videos or whatever of an artist, whatever if the OnlyFans is leaking.
He knows the deep parts. Of the
Yeah, because it's not like I was looking for it.
Am I leaked anywhere? If I'm leaked anywhere, please let me know so I can report it.
Yeah. But I do want to ask you about takedown teams because obviously big celebrities or whatever 100% have those things because it is important. I get it, why and everything. Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out I don't know if you know this, but how do your takedown teams take out something that's on another website? Somebody else has posted it. Do they threaten legal action or how does that work?
Yeah, so you have an attorney first and foremost. Attorney is a very, very scary person. If you get a letter from an attorney, you're probably gonna shit your pants.
We don't want those. Yeah.
Because like they use all the big words. Like you're gonna get fined for up $1 million. You can't really fight it because it's like you knew what you were doing when you posted it.
Right.
You have a person that works directly for Twitter. You hire the Twitter takedown person. You hire the Instagram takedown person, the Snapchat takedown person, Facebook, etc., etc. So every person has a specific website that they work with that company, and that person becomes a part of your takedown team. You hire them, so if anything does get posted, they can get it off right away.
Got it. So what if it's on like a random website that someone created, like I said, for OnlyFans leaks? Is it they send a
There's always a smart ass out there that comes up with these websites that's like, oh, I can post Chase DeMoor's fucking ass cheeks on here and he can't do shit about it. But
right.
Here's the thing about the internet is like Google has a takedown team. So if my Google takedown person, if it's on a Google link, Google can get it off.
Gotcha. So it makes it pretty slick.
It makes it very simple. Like you make a website, but the internet's just one thing.
Have you NFT'd your ass cheeks at all yet?
Nah.
You haven't thought about that?
I say do it like once you get a time. Once you get a time.
Oh, like have I shown my ass cheeks on OnlyFans?
No. I'm saying NFT it.
Yeah.
So a non-fungible token, which actually puts you on the blockchain forever. And to make sure that you can monetize it. And someone could buy.
Yeah, no. So, like, I was so tempted the other night. I was going to post a sex tape of me and my ex-girlfriend on there and be like, I can run up, like, $100,000 just posting me fucking this girl that I used to date for a very long time. But, like, in my head, I was like, I don't really want to give clout to somebody that,
Is she the girl while we left that one college?
No, I had a girlfriend for, like, 7 years. And I broke up with her, like, a month before I got casted for 2 Out the End.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, shit. Talk about
that had to be fun.
Talk about dodging a bullet.
That has to be weird for her. Wow.
She actually, I was talking to Malachi, my bodyguard / videographer / best friend, that, she actually hasn't reached out to me. And, like, season 1 and 2 Out the End was, like, her favorite show. So I know she's seen season 2. And she's not said a single thing. Like, but here's the thing. When we broke up, she got she thought she was winning because, she burnt my passport. She burnt my birth certificate. She ripped up my ID. She cut
your physical passport and birth.
She
what?
cut every credit card, debit card. Because, like, when we broke up, I was at a workout. And so she, like, burnt all of my shit on the front yard. So I had nothing.
And this was before your international
This was
sex
before.
symbol.
And
oh, my God. She knew hot right now. She's heated.
Exactly. So she knew that I had to leave the country to go play football in Canada. And she knew I wasn't going to be able to do that. She was basically trying to rip my life apart. And so,
son. What?
Yeah.
You did emotional damage to this poor young girl.
Yeah, so she was trying to make sure, like, nothing good was going to happen. And then, like, I remember when the show came out, she posted this TikTok. And it was, like, when the most manipulative, toxic piece of shit person gets put on a Netflix show. And she captioned it, hashtag, why does good things happen to terrible people? And I'm like,
wow.
Bitch, you got my dog, you got my car, you got my house. Like, what else do you want? My fucking soul? Like, let me
dog?
live. So let me tell you about the dog. Like, nobody knows about the dog.
We need to talk about the dog, son. Let's talk about the dog.
Man,
too.
I'm so heartbroken about this dog. I had a dog named Shiloh. So, like, when I was in college, it was just me. I was an RA in college. So I had my own room and didn't have a roommate. I looked after all these people. I had nothing to myself. And so my mom got me a dog for my 20th birthday.
Word.
His name was Shiloh. He's a little German Shepherd. He got kicked out of police school. He was supposed to be a canine. He got kicked out of police school because he wouldn't bite.
That's awesome.
My mom brought me this present, and I was like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this
Poor
dog?"
Shiloh's kidnapped up in Seattle right now or something.
Exactly. And she told me, she's like, "You need to learn how to take care of something besides yourself."
Dude, where's Dog the Bounty Hunter when you need him?
Exactly. Exactly. So I had this dog, and I raised this dog. Like, I tell you, when like I was still playing football, I was still in school. I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to take this dog out so he didn't piss in my room. Like, I taught this dog everything he knows: fetch, sit, shake, eat, sleep, all this shit. And it was like up to a year before I would even let my ex-girlfriend, like, you know, have him overnight, because like this is my son. Like, I loved him to death.
Yeah.
And so when we broke up, she actually went to Mexico because she's brilliant, really smart girl. She graduated top of her class, Western Washington University. Got an opportunity to go, you know, teach a bilingual school in Mexico. And so she went there.
That's just helping our audience really figure out who this girl is.
Yeah. I'm not ever gonna name her name.
No. We going in on this bitch.
Yeah.
We have investigated.
Yeah.
No, not even Netflix knows who she is.
We have a shutdown team for this bitch.
we will shut down. Anyway, so when we broke up, I was, you know, in between teams, trying to, you know, get back on a team. So I was training full time, and I couldn't have him at the facility I was at. So like she was looking after him while, you know, I was away. And so when we broke up, obviously she kept the dog, was not gonna get him back because she knew that was the one thing that she had besides, you know, the passport, the birth that could really hurt me. And so, you know, still to this day, I offered her, you know, $50,000 for the dog, like probably like 2 months ago.
Trying to buy your own dog back.
I had my assistant reach out and offer her $50,000 to give me my dog back, and she didn't even reply to the email. So,
you know, I'm mad for you right now. I'm very angry for you.
I think we need to put up a lost and found picture. Like, we need to figure where this dog is.
Insert Shiloh right here.
We're finding Shiloh.
Because listen, this bitch is probably gonna find this podcast because she's looking for you, right?
Exactly.
But let's talk about this bitch. I'm gonna stand up for your behalf, Chase.
Oh God, are you getting on a podium again?
Bitch, I think I am. This bitch. First of all, what the fuck were you trying to accomplish burning this motherfucker's passport and birth certificate? You understand, this guy needs to register for credit cards and should go travel and do shit. What is that going to benefit you? And I want to know, even if you did burn that motherfucker, what was this? He going to come back and say, oh, okay, I guess I'll get back with you. What the fuck, you stupid motherfucker. So this bitch going to burn a passport, burn a birth certificate, burn your shit, whatever. Get mad. 7 years, I don't give a shit. But like that, what you didn't make any motherfucking sense. And the fact that you didn't take $50,000 for a dog, that means you are so emotionally fucked that you didn't even take the money for it. You're worse than Kim Kardashian at that point.
Man, let me tell you. So like, it was her birthday.
Am I missing something?
Her birthday.
That's worse than a hoe, prostitute, whatever.
Exactly.
That's worse than everybody that I ever can't even think of.
Her birthday.
Jesus wouldn't even take that deal.
Yeah,
Fuck out of here.
$50,000. You don't gotta work another. You don't have to work a day for the rest of the year at least.
Literally, the devil himself would take that deal.
You're in school. Like, you don't have to. Like, I'm paying you more than you make annually. In
This
Mexico.
bitch.
But basically,
sorry, I got mad for you.
Yeah, shit. You thought you were mad? Man, I'll show the Clee. I'll send him a picture of my Clee. I signed my dog's name on it, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna make it to the league to get my fucking dog back. Cause I don't know how much money. If I have to give this bitch $1 million, I'm getting my fucking dog back. You know what I mean? That's my kid.
That's a true love story.
Oh my God.
You know, and you know, her, man, like, when I say like she wanted just to emotionally damage me, like, I'm talking, she was texting best friends.
Oof.
She was, you know, didn't want passport, like none of that. She got a new boyfriend like immediately after we broke up.
Yeah.
Kind of like rub it in and like,
just to say fuck you. She probably didn't love that guy. Just to say fuck you type of shit.
But here's the thing is like nobody knew I was going on a TV show, so I was like I just kept my mouth quiet, and I was like, you know what, bitch, like just give me like 1 year. That's all I need. You know. And like,
you didn't know it was that show at the time, right?
I had no idea, bro. Like I remember I didn't even know what Too Hot to Handle was. Like I knew it because it was like the #1 show.
Right.
Like I'm talking 200 million households reach.
Word.
And I heard about it through the grapevine. I heard how successful it was, and like out of all the TV shows, it's the best one. So,
yeah, because I was gonna say, doesn't Netflix not disclose their numbers?
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't. And I just remember I was sitting there on Parties in Paradise, and when Lana popped out, I sat there for a minute, and I was like, ain't no fucking way Ain't no fucking way that I'm about to be, that's a title, like, it doesn't matter, like, season 3, season 4, like, love you guys, but, like, it's not the same as season 1, even season 2, you know what I mean, like, season 1, season 2, like, season 1 kind of sets the staple, season 2 kind of, like, make or breaks the show,
Yeah.
Sure.
Everything after that kind of just is, like, a tumble off of what season 1 and 2 did,
Right.
and so it's like, for the rest of my life, I get to be too hot to handle. You know what I mean? Like, that's a title that you get to carry around with, like, it's like I got bigger nuts than you. I'm too hot to handle, Chase. And whether you think I'm too hot to handle or not, like, bitch, it's still in the title. You know what I mean?
Still in the title.
It is what it is.
It's still in the title. Dude, the Jersey Shore cast is still Jersey Shore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Exactly. And you know how many seasons of Jersey Shore there's been?
I don't remember the first one.
Exactly. And,
Exactly.
and you could probably name what Snooki
And
who's the G
Pauly D.
The Pauly D.
And then that's it.
There's 2 people from that whole big TV show that you could name. You know what I mean? And like that's kind of like how I'm trying to get onto at the end. Like, you got Harry, you got Francesca, and you got Chase DeMoor. Like, like that's the level that I put myself at.
So did she give you PTSD with Google Home?
Fuck, man.
Like, what are you at with this whole electronic world now?
Google
When
Home.
that goddamn glorified air freshener came out, man.
Wait, what happened? What?
So she tells you when you can have sex or not. She
Man.
tells you when you can touch.
Let me
What?
tell you, about some behind the scenes
does-
shit.
She takes money away from the whole crew if things happen.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a mean little robot.
Fuck.
Because he knows the show. I didn't watch the show. So
Okay.
tell
Well,
me.
so watch the show. So I'll tell you a scene that didn't make it into the final cut. I was taking a nap in the room in the middle of the day. And I was pissed off because Lana wouldn't give me a green light for Carly. I was like trying to go kiss Carly so I could see if I liked her or not. And I was taking a sleep, and Lana pops on, and she's talking to me. She's like, "Chase, wake up!" Essentially. So I wake up. I'm sitting here talking to Lana, and she goes, "How are you feeling in your time in the retreat, Chase?" And I go, "Well, I feel like I should have a green light with Carly by now. I've been working really hard. Like I basically gave her a whole sob story for probably like 10 minutes.
That's the worst thing you could probably do, though, right?
Yeah, she processed for probably like 3 minutes, and she was like, contemplating. And she comes back on there, she goes, "It is determined to me that you need to work harder, Chase." And then she just turns off. And so like a couple weeks later,
I would start kicking that thing.
I was mad as fuck. I was like, there's no way this robot's going to give me the time of day. A couple weeks later go by, she calls me back. I walk in, it's just me and her. I walk in there, I'm sitting down, I'm talking to Lana, and she goes, "Chase, how's your time in the retreat going?" And I go, "I think it's going good. Can I get my green light lit?" And she goes, "I think you need to learn a life lesson that you've done to many girls in your past." And she just turns off.
Wow.
Just turns off. And I'm like, what the fuck is this supposed to mean?
Wow.
And it took me till this day to realize, like, what she was doing in that moment, she was ghosting me. She was like,
ghosted by a robot, bro.
Exactly. She was building me up, told me to work really hard for a relationship, and that's what I did to a lot of girls in the past. Is like I would tell them, I'd put the blame on them, tell them like you need to work harder if you want me, all this shit. But in my head, I'm like, I just want to hit and move on and like all this shit. And so she told me the exact same thing. Waited until I got to the point where I did deserve a green light, and then she gave me a taste of my own medicine and ghosted me.
Did you ever get a green light that you knew you were working really hard, where you were like, because you could tell when people were consciously just bullshitting Lana? Mm-hmm. And just like saying everything you needed to say, like, "Oh, I'm so happy about tonight. I've had all this life growth.
Yeah.
I finally feel ready." And even as an audience member, I don't know if the producers kind of built it that way, but you could tell when that person is kind of bullshitting it.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So there's a iconic scene that I was in with Carly, where she's kind of like letting me have it, like coming for me, screaming at me, telling me I'm this big egotistical piece of shit, essentially.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really me she was talking to. She was talking to like ghosted boyfriends past, essentially.
Sure.
And like it's one of those situations where like I was representing every guy that ever hurt her, and Carly's like an angel. Like I love her to death to this day.
Got it. So you're still cool.
Yeah, I look out for that girl like to this day, whether she likes it or not. Like I always look out for that girl.
That's awesome.
And,
Shout out Carly.
Shout out Carly. And she's a really genuine human, but she's very easily swayed by the opinions of others. And I remember when she was in there yelling at me, like every emotion of my body's like, Chase, attack back. But it was weird because for the first time in my life, it wasn't about attacking back. It was about I really felt her emotion. I felt her hurt. I felt her pain about me leaving. And it was the first time like I could really see myself in a mirror and like, Chase, this is what you do to girls over the phone. And then you don't even text them back, so you never hear this part of it. This is the part that I put on Do Not Disturb and block.
Interesting.
And when you sit there in person, you hear it. It's like I could easily attack her back and like pick on her insecurities, and like who's that gonna help? It shows no growth. And I talked about how great she was in that moment. I was like, I'm so proud of you for finding your voice, and for letting me have it. And I sat there, and I was like. basically at that moment, I was like, if I don't get a green light here, then there's no way I'm ever gonna get a green light, because it's like it's one of those times when you're in a marriage and you're fighting with somebody that you love, and then you get out all like the animosity and the passive aggressiveness, and you get to the point where it's like, okay, I love you as a person, and I want to be with you. So.
Right. I mean,
so Lana did teach you a little bit along the way.
Man, if I broke down my time in the retreat, like, this is why I say, like, Netflix, I love them to death, but like, I felt like I should have won the show, but like in my defense, like I did tell them I didn't want to win the money. I told them I don't think that I deserved it, and the reason I said that at the time is because I felt like I went through a lot in the retreat. So like basically, if I broke it down to you, I went in there, I got a girl, she cheated on me like the first week.
Nice.
I got back with her, I made it work. Broke up with her because it wasn't panning out after a giant cockroach lands on my head while I'm talking about my feelings about her going on a date with somebody else. Nice. I try to establish a connection with a new girl, get bitched out by my ex-girlfriend Carly about finding a new girl. Then my new girl cheats on me, and then she breaks up with me, when I'm confessing my love to her. So my time in the retreat was very rocky.
Emotional roller coaster.
Emotional roller coaster for sure. There was highs and lows, but it definitely taught me a lot about myself.
Did you think you got portrayed right?
So the thing about the portrayal is, like, you guys got to keep in mind, like, reality TV is a women's game.
It's a game.
Girls watch reality TV. Boys, if I broke down the demographics purely based on science, like, girls watch more reality than boys. So it's a girls' TV show. So it's like, do I feel like I was portrayed correctly? I feel like in some moments I was portrayed very well, very good. But there was the moments where they showed me bad. Just take in mind, like, not everything as good as it seems is as good as it seems, and it goes both ways. Not everything is bad.
I have a question, actually. Now that you made me think about it, 2 questions actually. So before you came on the show, did they ask you like a bunch of questions to qualify you?
Yeah, so I'm such an idiot because, like, I never saw it coming because, like, they would ask me questions like, what type of person are you? Like, I'm in college. They're like, what type of person are you? Tell us who you are. And I was like, bro, like, I'm walking into parties. I'm fucking 6'5", light-skinned, star football player. Like, whatever girl I ever wanted was so easy that I asked my best friends to this day. I legitimately lost interest in the female species for probably, like, a good, like, 3 years. Like, I didn't care about fucking them. I didn't care about talking to them. Yeah. I just knew, like, it was just, like, so easy. It became, like, a joke. And
did you tell Too Hot to Handle that?
Yeah, I was telling them. They're like, oh, we want to see videos. And I was like, you want to see videos? So I was literally sending them videos on my Snapchats of me spitting shots down girls' mouths, dumping drinks on them.
And this is after Shiloh.
Yeah.
So you were in a dark place.
I was in a dark place. I was balanced. I used to do this thing where I'm drunk where I balance drinks on girls' heads. And they fucking love it. Like, any guy watching this podcast right now, go to a bar, order like a simple drink. And if you want to talk to a girl, just walk up to her and set your drink on top of their head. They take it as a challenge. And they'll be like, oh, I can balance it. And they'll go like just like this. And you balance it right on top of that, and they love the shit. They love the shit. I promise you, it's the magic trick. Like, it's the key.
I will try it. And
try it.
If
I like that advice way more than Donald Trump's advice. Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah.
Like just like this. If you're holding a drink and you walk up to a girl and you just be, I just want to see something, and they do it just
and
like
then
that.
You kind of perk up.
Just like that, and you just kind of perk up, and you balance. Your head is kind of wild.
Don't do it on my head.
Hey. And then they fucking love it, and then you just give them a quick cheer at the end, and it's like giving a dog a biscuit.
So, this is a big time difference than what we had on our previous podcast because we had a different type of advice than what you're giving me, but it's hilarious. But I
spit in their mouths, tell them you spit in their asshole, and balance drinks on their head, and you'll be good.
I love the spit in asshole advice. That's way more fun than what we had before.
I'm not wrong. Like, ask any of my buddies. Like, if you think I'm capping, like, ask any of them. Like, I'll be on FaceTime. I'll be in a club. I'll literally say exactly. Exactly. I'll be like, Yep.
And then right afterwards, he goes, if you like that, I'll spit in your asshole later, and then walks away.
Exactly. And 10 out of 10.
If you like that, we'll spit in your asshole.
10 out of 10, they'll DM me on Instagram. Or we'll be driving down the side of the road, and I'll roll on, and I'll be like, yo. And then I'll get a DM like 10 minutes later, like, hey, did you just yell at me from the side of the road? Like, yes, I did.
But that's sex symbol life, though. This is it. You're living in a different atmosphere than a lot of these other boys.
I think what it is I'm gonna follow your chain of command. I'm gonna get ripped, go too hard to handle. Yes, I'm gonna be the first short guy in there, but I'm gonna be sexy.
Hey, girls love short guys because you tell them you eat ass better than anybody.
No, I tell them I will eat your pussy upwards, like north. You know what I'm saying?
North,
and they love it. They love it. They like all you gotta do is stand up and I'm like yes, and I'm like yeah, that's all you gotta do. And that's awesome. You know what I mean? It's fucking awesome because like because what happens is I think this is what happened, by the way, and I don't think Too Hot to Handle told you, is they gave you a questionnaire and it told you to answer that questionnaire, and what they didn't tell you is that the people on that show or the writing that show are psychology experts. So they knew what to give you. That's why. And by the way, I always thought when I always see that with AI stupid robots, it's usually never an actual robot because it's too complicated to deal with specific people. Have you seen the show Solitary when you were younger?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So remember that AI that's talking to them in rooms and stuff like that?
Of course.
No chance that was just full-blown AI. That was a person telling the AI in an AI voice or whatever. It was usually a woman saying like, oh, this is your new challenge. This is what you need to do. What's going on with your head, blah, 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 blah. I didn't even watch your episode. I didn't even watch your season, but I bet you it was similar to that. It was a specific people that like on the background, and they're telling you what you really need to do, but they're psychology experts saying, based on the answers that you gave, based on based on what you've done in this show, this is what you need to hear.
Exactly. And here's the thing, guys. Like most people are like when they're trying to get on these TV shows, they try to like go out of who they are as a person and try to be somebody that they think is going to be good on TV. But here's the thing about TV personalities: you either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
And straight up, what I'm going to tell everybody is like the point of me being on the show was not so much like I was just fucking all these girls.
Yeah.
It was like you could not tell me if I said something was red and it was fucking blue. You couldn't tell me it was blue. You know, and what I mean by that is like. I told them I had no empathy. I was emotionally detached from women.
Yep.
I didn't give a fuck. Like whatever girl I wanted, I was tall, I was loud. I could walk in, I could be like you, and they're coming. And like I firmly believe that in myself. And it wasn't like I was just saying that. It's like I genuinely believed it. Yeah. And I told them I was like, not only that, but I went to school to be manipulative. I got my degree in neuroscience, which is arguably one of the hardest majors to get.
That is true.
I was going to go to med school just so I understood human thinking, just so I could be more manipulative. And I graduated, one of the top in my class.
Have a good one.
See you, man. All right, brother. Let's see you, man.
Yeah, the manager coming by.
Yeah. So
graduate top in your class.
Yeah, I graduated top. I was going to go to med school just so I understand how the brain works, just so I understood human thinking, just so that I could be more manipulative to these women. I was telling all these experts on Netflix and Too Hot to Handle that you guys couldn't tell me shit. But like realistically,
they were like, we got the guy.
We're like, bro, we're like, it's like I thought I was the smartest guy in the room. They pretended to be the dumbest guy in the room, but just so that I would, think I was the smartest guy.
Yeah. These guys, they hire or the people, the producers are very, very smart, especially reality TV shows. What they produce is very stupid, but the people that are actually making it are very, very smart.
Oh, they're too good. They're too good. They're way too good.
They're too good. And me and you are saying this from a actor's perspective, essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I thought, like genuinely, I was like, these guys think that they're casting somebody like modest. I was like, I'm gonna go on this show, and my intentions are to ruin every female's life on there. Like, I want them all to love me, and I want to break all of their hearts individually, just to show people like shit is a joke. And I went on there, and when I say they put me to the test, like they tried my ass.
Yeah.
So because when you get in a room like that, you realize like, wait, I'm with all the sharks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the thing about. So like, I was always the big shark in the small. I was essentially a great white in a goldfish pond. Like, the fuck. Like, I'm the largest, biggest, baddest thing here.
Right.
And then I go on a show and I'm surrounded by all these great whites. And I'm like, fuck, now I have to compete. And like the worst part about it is like my niche was like I'm the football player. Like I play fucking football.
Right.
All these people are from different countries. So football got removed entirely from the factor.
Totally.
So now it's like, now what do you got, Chase? Are you tall? Everybody's tall.
Yeah.
You got a great smile? All of them got. You're hot?
Everybody's hot.
You're buff? All of them are buff. Like, you're funny? They're all funny. They all got personality.
So was there ego death?
Oh man, it was like a battle of like who. Like, when I say there's like the boys, we all love each other. We all got along great. But it's like all of the girls, like we're all the same, but we're different. Like I don't know how to make it make sense, but like we're all like.
You guys are all alphas to each other, like
exactly.
girls and females. They're all
exactly.
alphas.
It's like back in the day when they would have kings of different countries.
Yeah.
We were all kings, but now we're all in the same castle. So
Word.
it's like there's gonna be a point where like who's gonna be the king of this castle.
So this is like the hot all-star game.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like we took the biggest personalities, the biggest egos of these hot people, and we're gonna make you guys compete. And that was my one edge that I had. Is like I don't care who was on that show. Nobody was gonna compete harder than me. I'm a competitor by nature, and that comes from the football.
Right.
That's interesting that you're still like such good friends with all these guys. who are alpha. Because like the producers on the show, your boy that you walk in with, he was portrayed as like the king of the class.
Right.
When it comes like, oh, you want to be an asshole? I'll one up you on that.
Yeah.
Exactly. and like Marvin, man, my best friend, man. He's so both of us, you know, we're working on like our bilingual. So Marvin, you know, he speaks fluent Spanish,
Right.
he speaks fluent French, and he speaks fluent English. So when
Wow.
I went on the show,
Damn,
I just had English. Like now I can speak Spanish,
Right.
and my French is very broken, but I can get by.
Okay.
Because you speak French, you fuck.
Oh man, so it's like I tell you guys, we were in Mexico together, and it's like fuck. My first time in Mexico, I'm only speaking English, and Marvin's talking to them in Spanish. I was like, I have no shot with
Damn,
these girls. I can't even talk to them.
Yeah.
You know,
And they're all hot, and you're just like,
exactly,
damn.
they're hot. We go to France, they're talking in French. I can't even talk to these girls.
Damn.
And so like it brought that competitive side out of me. So now I went and I lived in Mexico too. So like okay, now I know Spanish.
Right.
So now me and Marvin are competing in Spanish, talking in Mexico.
Right.
And then you know now we go to France, and I'm like, I'm not there in French yet. It's a very hard language for me.
Yeah.
But like, you know, he's a very talented guy, and so like that was his niche. Like I was the competitor on the show. He was the dude that could, you know, talk in every love language. He could say I love you in, you know, 4 different languages.
Right.
So
I love
That's
the difference
wild.
between like guys and girls speaking languages, because if a girl speaks French, the word she really needs to learn with me is just the word yes, and then we're in. You know what I mean? Like if I don't we, and then like we, and then we're in. Like that's it. Like I don't know what you just told me beforehand, but like
You're sold?
she said we, and when I pointed to the hotel room, and all of a sudden we're clear. So
We're good.
yeah. So it's funny how, you know, we have to work for it, but whatever.
Facts.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So I think you're pretty dope, man.
This was dope, man.
This was
really
dope.
appreciate you coming
appreciate
out
you
here.
guys so much.
This
man.
was
It's
dope,
been
man.
Great. It's been a lot of fun.
So I mean, they already know you, but just tell them again where they find you, man. How would they find
You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Chase DeMoor, Snapchat HPK_Chase, and you guys can obviously find me on season 2 of Too Hot to Handle.
Too Hot to Handle,
We
baby.
love it. This was Smart and Mild.
This is Smart and Mild episode. We don't even know it because we're out here. You know what I'm saying? But
This
love,
is Smart and Mild, and now Chase.
yeah,
Yeah.
exclusive. Love, peace, and chicken grease. We out.
Yeah, love y'all.
Woo-hoo.